Welcome to the 27th episode of the Psychic Wave Podcast.
All right.
I'm here with my buddies, Michelle and Michael from Iress.
What's up?
Hi. We can talk now.
We can talk now. There doesn't have to be silence, no.
Cool.
So, yeah, thanks for coming by, guys. It's been a while since... No, I saw you recently. That was just a really drunk night for me.
Yeah, that was for your birthday.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But I haven't seen you since one of the shows you played. I don't remember which one, but it's been a while.
I think Fullerton.
Had to be Continental?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
You
Yeah,
surprised
I think
me. I was like, yeah.
I can't not come when you're at the Continental. That's rude.
True.
That's rude.
Yeah.
My baby mama was going into labor, but...
Had to get that
No,
out
no,
of the
no.
show.
I was like, what?
No, I don't.
Congratulations.
No, pulling out always works, but it does. The only time that somebody gets pregnant is when you almost pull out. But it's true. But
There's that pocket.
yeah,
You're really going for it.
if you pull out and it's like one of those like hoses that's just going like that, that's not pulling out. That's not.
Man.
Does that happen to you guys?
I hope nobody's,
A time or two.
yeah.
But
If that happens to you, that you should get that checked. Someone's up there. All right.
yeah. Well, now that we got that out of the way, loosen things up a little bit.
Cool.
But yeah, so the last time you were on the podcast was on my couch at my old apartment.
Yay old Psychic Wave Podcast is what it was called back then.
Ye old.
Psychic.
Really?
With an E at the end of old.
No,
Welcome
but it
to the
was,
Ye
I don't
old.
believe
yeah, it
anything
was
you
like-
guys say.
It was like one of the first couple episodes, and it was on the couch at the old apartment.
Yeah.
First time we had actually met in person, and
Wasn't
Oh.
that?
no, first time we actually like met
Outside of a
after,
show or
like,
something.
The shows, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause
weird.
we were like, I was just talking about this the other day. I was thinking about this. It was like what really not made me, but like we stayed in contact for like a good while, and I remember you stood out because you sent us those T-shirts
Oh yeah.
Me.
to Michelle's house. Like we met you at the show, like you were cool, we remembered you, and then the next thing you know, she's like, "Oh, we got like a package of 4 T-shirts." And
I think I
we
have
were
like all
Psychic
of
Wave.
them.
What is them? We looked up, it was like, "Oh, that's this."
Mhm.
So it was cool, and
Yeah, that was
but
fun.
the rest is history. It's still going to.
You guys were in the middle of recording your Crown of Losers. Wait, no, that's not what it's
Back
called.
then.
Oh, I thought you meant right now.
So-
I was like, yeah, we're
No,
recording.
when I sent you the shirts, because you sent me a picture wearing the shirts.
Oh yeah, we were in the studio
You-
recording the EP. Soaked.
Soaked. I always call it Crown of Losers.
Well, that was a single release.
I know, that's why I always do that, but
You're
Stop
good,
doing
man.
that.
You're-
I know.
What's
I
wrong
know.
with
You're
you?
hitting the facts.
I know. I'm going to be fired. My manager's going to fire me.
What?
I'm not actually part of Psychic Wave. It's just like they hired me. I was like just attractive enough so that
Oh
people
my
would
God.
watch, but like ugly enough to where they'd be like, I'm more handsome than that guy.
Mm.
I can do
That
that.
makes sense.
God.
You got to find that sweet
I
between.
miss all the ugly rock stars. You know what I mean?
I'm bringing them back.
No, they're all like plastic, but
But I get what you're saying. The ugly rock stars, because those are the best rock stars,
Yeah.
best musicians.
It makes me so sad that like all like the originators of rock are like dying right now.
I don't want to talk about
It's
it.
all
crazy.
But then
It's
it makes
kind of it's cool that we're living through it,
Mhm.
but it sucks that we're like living through it, because it's like now we're at this age where we grew up, teens listening to that stuff, getting introduced to rock and roll, classic rock, and all that
Yeah.
shit, and then now you're older and you realize like, oh wow, the time is just going by, and these guys are just knocking off like one after
Yeah.
the other.
David, Chris, and Chester. Those were the hardest ones, man.
These are big
Chris, I got
names,
kind
dude.
of emotional.
Chris Cornell,
Mm-hmm.
I look up to him a lot.
Bowie was nuts.
Wanted to sing for him one day, you know?
Yeah.
Now I'll never do it. Sorry.
You should make a song like Eric
should.
Clapton's Tears in Heaven.
That's
but,
so sad.
But for Chris Cornell.
I feel like I'm not worthy.
Beers
to
in
do that.
Heaven.
I'm not worthy. You do like a recording where you like put a clip of his like vocal track.
I
or
just don't think
something.
it's equivalent
Like a
because
remake.
Eric's was about like his son.
I know.
I would be writing about Chris Cornell. It's just like not worthy.
It's all love.
Yeah, it always like bugs me when people pass away and then it's like their album sales go up. I know that a lot of it goes to the family and stuff, but
Mhm.
then you hear like people like doing covers of all their music and it's like
Like the Beatles, that happens all the time now.
yeah, and it's like I understand that like some of these people might really really love whoever passed away and they're doing an actual tribute. But the fact that like you have to put it up on like YouTube and then you get like a bunch of views, I don't know, it just seems like you're
and then it gets
riding on the back.
It gets approached for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, people are watching this. Now what can we do with it? You know,
I like
listen,
when,
you know, it's not always natural.
I like when, I mean, I don't like when rock stars pass away, but when they do, then all of a sudden this like archived footage that you've never seen comes out. That's kind of cool, but
that is cool. And you're always like, yeah, there's always gonna be that, like, you get to step inside what was really going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, like I had no idea.
Never really know.
But like, why
Chris
does
Cornell,
like,
I
it's
had no
like,
idea.
oh, it has
Is
to,
that
like
sad?
death has to be the reason why you get that treat. It's like kind of fucked.
Yeah. Kurt Cobain died either a month before or a month after I was born. That always weirds me out because he's.
You're born in 94?
Yeah.
So you think you're Kurt Cobain?
No.
That's what you're really trying to say.
I don't want to be him. I really don't. He made some great music, but that guy was very sad, obviously. But yeah, it just always weirds me out, like, because rock and roll like really just started the other day. It feels like it was in our lifetimes, almost like our grandparents or something like witnessed the start of rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like it was some long time ago.
Yeah, like your grandparents and like and that people in that age group. It's like, oh, I remember when the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan. Like that was like,
yeah.
So like from there, it's like if your grandparents witnessed that, then yeah, like you said, we're in the birth.
It's just
like,
yesterday, pretty much. But my grandma,
it's kind of crazy.
My grandma says, she told me last time that we were hanging out, she was like, yeah, I was gonna go see the Beatles in Spokane, Washington, when they first came to the U.S., but my aunt didn't let me go because she said that they were like too promiscuous or something. Yeah. And she's saying like to this day I'll never forgive her for that.
Oh my god!
I think she's like dead or something.
Oh wow!
Her aunt, but she's like
taking the grudge.
I was like, you grave. Think your grandma's dead or
no, her aunt.
I'm not really sure anymore.
I was hanging out with her like last week. Yeah, I think she's still alive.
Oh no!
Shit, that's scary.
Crazy.
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
But no, death. It's obviously it's a big thing in music when you talk about all the bands with lead singers or you know, so and so die.
Do you think if I died tomorrow, Iress would make it big?
I don't. See
no, you kind of have to already have. You have to be like on the cusp.
Because I'll make it happen.
Huge.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not funny. Sorry.
I think it's funny, but it's a serious subject that you can joke about.
I think about that sometimes. Like if like one of us were to not be here anymore, like or like if the band whatever, like it just can't be the same.
Yeah,
there's no way. Weird.
I always like get pissed off because like I feel a lot of, not all the time, but a lot of the times that like I get taken for granted by people that I care about, and then I'm like, something happens to me, you're gonna be fucking sorry. You're gonna be like, yeah.
Well, that's a
petty thought, but it happens sometimes.
I've thought about that, but yeah,
it's not a good thought. But I think about it.
He's like, it's not good, but I think about it all the time.
Well, the only thing that sucks about it is you can't like watch them be like, oh, I miss you.
Yeah, but in general, like I don't want to die, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I get tired. I'm tired,
man, but I
think so finally you're gone forever and you're never coming back.
But every story needs an end or else it doesn't matter.
No, but I'm not ready.
I think I'm working on that ending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be pissed off.
Perfect ending.
I'll be pissed off if like I get hit by like a stray school bus. I'll be like, I had so much left to do.
No, I'm not. I
want to be an old man.
Opportunity to, you know what this is all about, man. You know what this comes down to?
Oh no.
Music. The music.
Well, music is one of the pinnacles of something that's never left. We've had community, language, music, and art. Like it's been there since the beginning. Like they had festivals back in the day. Mm-hmm. It was just a bunch of tribes got together and danced around the fire and played music. Music has always been there. Like for some reason, it's always spoken to us. Every time I say spoken, I think I'm saying it wrong, and I want to say speaked.
Speaked?
No.
But that's wrong.
My famous question I ask people, and majority rules usually, but I always say, would you rather pick music or sex forever? You have to pick one or the other.
Well... I'm trying to decide if I'm
You
better.
can still have human contact, but you can't have sex and...
I'm just trying to decide if
That's
I'm
all
better at
forms.
music or sex. Because whichever one I'm better at, I'd rather. You know what I'm saying? No, but
I hope you're good at both, you know?
I have my moments. But no, I feel like music never lets me down. Never like frustrates
It's
me.
always there for you.
But the chase and everything that goes along with sex, like sometimes that's a fucking bummer. I hate that
I
shit.
can't live without music, dude. Like,
no, most people say music,
Yeah.
but I've started like debates
I mean,
at
I feel
parties
like-
and
I feel
stuff.
Like, yeah, oh, no,
Like,
for
you
sure,
can't do
for
this
sure,
to
'cause
me,
it's
I
a big
can't
thing,
choose.
Like
So what-
human interaction and like actual like like the idea of sex.
But
But like two different people.
It's all about the build-up anyway.
nuts.
You know?
Yeah. At the end, it's kind
But
of like.
I think you can find that.
so.
I think you can find that in music. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like you can find.
You can fill the void. That's
You can fill the void and
without
like essentially have an orgasm with music. You
And
know
I
what
think
mean?
sex only really checks off maybe like a total of 5 different boxes, like emotion wise. There's like angry sex, like the best sex, and then like lonely sex. I don't know. There's all like only 5.
Are you about to pick 5? I want to hear the 5. I'm ready. I was like, really?
No, I don't really know them. I'm just guessing. There's only like a few things sex can really satisfy, but music can satisfy like literally everything. But so if you had no music, would birds exist? Would wind exist?
Yeah.
Because music is just like sound that decorates time in like a.
You'd have natural
I think
sound.
you'd have to be deaf. I think natural sound is like music a lot of times.
Well, you could still have that, but
You
you
just straight up, yeah. You just.
What if
straight
you
up
had
couldn't hear,
chimes
any
everywhere?
kind of, like,
chimes, no instruments.
Spoons.
Why do people do this?
Start fucking it
Would
up.
you rather? You're just supposed to pick one. Everyone gets so.
Can I keep
Where am
spoons?
I? How old am I?
Because we
What's
all like
going
to
on?
feel like we're God and we create this world. And in it, I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I mean, obviously music, but what about foreplay? No, just kidding.
Not oral sex, but
Some
So
hand stuff.
everyone starts doing this. No, you can't touch each other.
Oh, that would suck. I'd need a hug from time
You
to
can
time.
hug. Damn it! I can't decide all these rules.
Some
I have to really think about it.
some like in your underwear cuddling.
Like,
I changed it once to human contact completely because I was getting mad at people because they were like, "Well, we could still do
Trying to cheat
this,
the
or I could
system.
still do this," and I was like, "Just forget it."
yeah.
You just take my pants off and she could just go.
No.
Oh, that's like from 40 Days and 40 Nights,
Yeah, and she gets a feather.
and he
Then-
makes
yeah.
her orgasm with a feather.
That's the stupidest fucking movie. That's the stupidest
I
movie.
used to love Josh
Because-
Hartnett.
I know, but you know in that,
And
like
then
if that was
the
real,
girl in
everybody
it.
would just
That fool
fuck.
with those squinty eyes, right? He doesn't have really squinty eyes.
Josh
Yeah.
Hartnett?
Do you guys remember the girl's name? She's the sister of
super
the
hot,
girl
though.
from Warpaint. They're both beautiful.
really?
Dude, that's why.
Yeah, they look the same.
Wow.
Did I just blow
Yeah.
your mind?
Trippy.
A lot of connections are being made.
You should
that makes
insert
sense.
like a noise right there.
That'd be so annoying for people, but you just did one for me.
Sorry.
No.
Half
Just
finished.
take that, cut it, chop
Yeah.
it,
Mm.
I'm gonna use that
slow it down.
your clip of doing that for every time now.
Somebody
That's
just
stupid.
says something super legit. The clip, perfect.
Like that Steve Brule guy.
Oh, I love Steve Brule.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're
Dr.
saying
Steve Brule, if you're listening,
Dave
I've
Grohl.
been a fan a long time. I hope to meet you one day
It's for your health.
for your health. Yeah. Dude.
I brought you something.
We have gifts. We're bearing gifts.
No way.
My roommate, her name's Catherine Bingley. She does art.
I love it already.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. She has her Instagram is Cat Bean Art.
Anyway, we have a huge
met her.
one blown up
Yeah,
in our
I thought you liked it.
laundry
That's
room,
great.
and it said, "Ha ha ha! I was just talking penis the whole time."
I was just talking
Anyway, I thought you
penis.
could give them out
Yeah.
if you want.
I will.
They're
Stick
pretty
them
great.
around.
Keep a bunch too.
At Woman's March, I was handing them out, and people,
He's such a dickhead.
I'd hand them out, and then like 5 seconds later, you'd hear, "All right!" Like, just like really excited.
For those who are
Super
just listening to the podcast on iTunes, it's a bunch of stickers with Donald Trump on it, obviously, but his actual head is a penis.
Yeah, his chin turns
And
to
he's
balls.
yeah, his chin turns to balls. He's wearing lipstick too, and the balls are like hairy, but not hairy enough to be impressive.
Oh, those scraggly balls.
Yeah,
Oh no. Anyway,
Yeah. What were you holding those in?
Your
What is
beanie.
that?
Oh, this is the other one. You want to jump right in there?
What the beanie itself?
I know.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
got
I
more
was
stuff
saving
inside
it.
your magic
Well,
beanie.
I bought this at the liquor store. It was $1 at E&J Brandy. Yeah. No, but I'm wearing this delightful beanie that our drummer Glenn made. It's about like a forest green color.
I like it.
And Alex got a black one.
I like that
Check it
beanie. Oh man, I need one of those.
It says Iress on it.
I need one of those.
Which is
I need one of those. I
our
need
band.
one of
He got me a hat.
We're gonna
saw
start
that one.
being able to order these guys, and you just let us know what you want and we order it.
Yeah.
they're
Pretty
awesome.
sure you can pick your color. Alex has a black one with white writing, and then Michael has a black hat with like gold iris.
I need the hat and the black with the white.
It's chill too.
I need to
'cause
buy
the
that for
hat's
you
like a
guys.
5
I let
pound
Alex
hat.
have the black one.
The
So
hat
it's a
looks
cool
awesome.
Fit.
Yeah.
It's a cool fit with the gold lettering.
If this would have been a different color, I don't know. Maybe maroon, I would have taken it, but
Maroon
I
would
would
be good.
have. I would have fought for the
Yeah.
black, but since it was green, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I look good in like
you wanna try it
raspberry
on?
or burgundy
Oh, you
colors.
can't have headphones on.
Yeah, I'll try it on. I want to try it on.
Raspberry.
I do look good in like raspberry colors. It's weird.
Raspberry.
Really?
I swear.
Oh my god, it looks so
Ooh,
good!
shit.
Can you see you?
Killing the
It's
game.
mine now.
You
Oh
like
my
Just
god,
kidding.
You
no!
look like you like Sublime.
I do though. Not like that.
I would give it to you if Glenn
No,
didn't
no,
give
no,
it to
no.
me.
No. Yeah.
I would, if I made it myself, I would give it to you, but
No.
Glenn
I
gave it
No,
to
yeah,
me,
these are like
and I'm
personal
really
gifts.
happy.
I
Glenn
don't.
made for
I don't
us.
want that one. That one's yours. You got like all my
Shout
hair
out
in
to
there
Glenn.
now. I'm sorry.
We love you, Glenn.
What? It's my hair. Don't worry.
Okay. I won't worry.
Don't you worry. I just want to make sure.
But yeah, those are awesome, guys. And thanks for the stickers. I'll pass them out.
For sure.
I know exactly who to give them to. They're going to be like, this is Brad. Yeah. Yeah, but thanks. Yeah, so Glenn makes, he embroiders?
No, he had those made.
Oh, he had
I
them
did
made.
them by
and I
hand,
think
actually.
that's why we were saying, like, I think we're gonna set it up to where connected with our merch,
Yeah.
we can do where if you want a beanie or a hat, you can go online
I'm going to take these
Order
off.
it.
They're being annoying.
and send
Leave
it
them
your way.
on.
No, I don't want to.
So, yeah, new merch.
New merch.
Plug there.
Plug
Plug
that.
there. Insert
That was a
plug
pretty
here.
early plug. Usually people wait.
Oh my god, how embarrassing.
No, I'm kidding.
Well,
We're
I mean,
tacky.
we are Irish, so
Are we
So-
allowed to cuss?
Fuck yeah.
Because I almost said it and then I was
shit,
like,
yeah.
No, there are really no rules.
gosh, that's great.
Gosh, that's great.
Gosh.
It's the Garden of
We
Eden.
were just on,
God didn't come into
I
play.
got it.
What were we on? It was a KUCI?
KUCI.
Yeah, and it was so fun. It was really great.
Shout out to Liz, right? Liz?
Yeah, shout out to Liz. But I
Radio
was really
station?
nervous because she was like,
Yeah, the college radio
she was
station.
like, don't cuss, and she gave us a couple rules, and so I was just
All
like,
kinds of rules.
Mm.
ooh, I can't.
That makes sense though. It's just
You're-
radio, you know.
yeah.
No, it's
before-
perfect.
Before
It's
10.
great. I just was nervous for myself. I didn't want to mess up or fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do that in front of kids all the time. Like they'll no,
yeah.
but like I think kids are gonna learn the words anywhere. Like I would never let anything bad happen to a child. I think being
You better
scared
not.
of words is fucking stupid. So sometimes a kid will like show me like a little trick or something, and I'll be like, "It's fucking awesome," and they'll be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "What?"
Get him with that crap.
And then they actually start to think like, "Wait, what?"
Like, what did I hear? What does that mean? Is that cool?
They probably said it to like their parent that night.
Yeah.
I hope
Mom,
so.
what does fucking mean?
I remember the first time I cussed at my mom.
Yeah.
You called her
I
the
thought
B
I
word.
thought it was so cool.
Did
No,
you call her
I,
the B word?
no,
You cussed at her?
No, I used the F word.
I said the B
Because
word.
you were mad or
I said,
just to be
I said
cool?
F you.
Oh yeah, you're mad.
Yeah, but and
Say it.
then she came back like down the stairs, like halfway looked at me. And she's like, "What did you say?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "I said, why don't you?" or something like that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
so
yeah.
bad. But yeah, I got fucked up for that.
I got in trouble in elementary school.
Michael ever again.
Yeah, my dad. Yeah.
That was last week.
Did you guys ever play like handball in elementary
Yeah.
school? Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I lost.
And tetherball.
Yeah, I lost and I was being a little dick, and so I flipped this kid off. and he got like one of the like parent like aides that like
Told on you?
Yeah, he told on me. And I was like already crying when she was walking over
Yeah,
because
I was scared.
I already knew. And she was like, "Did you just flip him off?" And I was like, "No, I was just counting backwards, like 5, 4, 3, 2." And she just looked at me like, "You fucking asshole!" Like, there's no way.
That's really funny.
There's no way I'm buying that.
That's
Hey, you're
hilarious.
funny.
And I remember I was trying to get out of it. I didn't.
Yeah, one of my first fights in elementary school. Like,
What? One of your first fights?
well, I mean, like the one and only like.
I think
I've only been in like 2 fights in like Barely. They weren't even fights. But this
I don't think I've been
kid
in one.
was just bugging the shit out of me. Decided to like follow me around with his friends like the whole like time around like the playground.
Yeah.
And then finally like I turned around and was like me and my friends were like, what? Kind of, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, what's up, man? And like he came up and I like didn't know what to do, but like I threw a punch. Like I threw my fist that way. Connected, like surprisingly.
Yeah.
And then once that happened, like the proctor started like running over.
Yeah.
And I remember like
How
I'm
old
like
were you?
this is like 3rd or 4th grade.
So you're
The
like
proctors are
9?
like running over because they see like a group of kids and like somebody throw a punch. And as soon as they run over and I see them, I like start getting all paranoid. So I just like drop to the floor and grab my leg, like play victim. I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I saw you punch that kid. And the other proctor was like, no, I didn't. He didn't punch her. I'm just like, yeah, no, my leg.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I'm the one that got punched. You're remembering it wrong.
It was so bad.
It happened 2 seconds ago.
I got detention.
That didn't happen.
And that was
to me.
it.
I got in more fights in elementary school and junior high.
In your entire life?
Yeah, I think I probably had gone in honest numbers, probably like 30 fights. But it was because I had a temper at that time, and I didn't like when I knew I was right and other people were like teasing me about it or something like that. I just got pissed really easily. And then that was more elementary school, and then junior high, I think my hair was longer than it is now, and I was like skater kid, and like lots of girls really liked me. And the only fights I ever got in was because the guys were pissed that the girls liked me. I swear it was always over girls. And like I wasn't a big kid, but like the kids that got pissed were never that much bigger than me either.
So you just fight them.
You just fight them, yeah. But I always felt that it was better to like fight them instead. I mean, like I never did anything until they like pushed me or did anything like that. But I always felt like, especially in junior high, like if you don't fight back, like you're a pussy. Like, and then your whole reputation, it just makes your life harder. Like you can't be seen as like somebody that's gonna
kids
suck.
Middle school kids, all that.
Junior high kids suck the worst.
They do.
Junior high
so
to
bad.
like sophomore year, they're really shitty to
And
each
it's just
other.
like I remember, like, come on, guy, come on. I remember I got hit in the head with like some kid threw like a fucking dime. It was like a dime or a nickel, like super high in the air, like trying to hit us, and that shit hit me, and that shit hurt, dude. Like,
wait, what age were you?
Oh, we were like, it was like 6th grade.
He was like,
Okay.
Yeah, but he like was just like this, like kids are just like fucking around.
Yeah.
Like, you know, talking shit.
I remember it was one of the best things that ever happened in junior high. So 7th grade, we had a vice principal and everybody loved him. And then he left for another school because he was going to go be principal over there. And then this guy came in to be our vice principal, and his name was Terry Bagger. So
That's a good one.
we called him
Teabag.
Teabagger. And I remember he was like,
no!
I was getting in trouble for something. Like I don't know, I had like kicked my shoe off and it like flew off my foot and like landed in somebody's like food or something. It just fucking around, you know, because I had like loose skate shoes and I just kicked my shoe and it
some
like
D3s.
so something like that, yeah. So the vice principal was coming up to me and he was like, he grabbed me by my shirt.
Oh shit!
And as soon as he grabs me by my shirt, I look up and I just see this flying bag of milk, and the milk just hits him straight in the face and just like pops on his face, and he gets covered in chocolate milk. So I run, but he knows who I am, and I didn't throw the bag, but
Chocolate milk sounds so good right now.
yeah. But my friend had thrown it thinking that he was going to hit me,
No.
and he hit him instead, and so he got
That's
suspended, and nothing happened to me because, you know, which was worse.
I just remembered something I did.
Oh shit!
What'd you do?
It's really sad, actually.
Crazy man.
Tell it.
I used to. I think it was It was for sure elementary school because Anyway, I would stay after school, like after 3. It's fine. I'd have to stay because my mom would work late, so it was like day camp. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I thought it would
After
be
school program thing?
Yeah. Kinda
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
go do your homework and shit.
Yeah,
like,
play
whatever.
games,
Yeah.
handball, whatever. Anyway, this guy, I think we called him Mr. John. I don't know. He was a really big dude. Really
Big John.
Probably.
Big John.
Actually, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember the details. I pulled his chair out when he went to sit.
Oh,
And,
damn,
like-
savage, dude.
I thought it was going to be funny. I don't think I thought,
I was
like,
in
in my
physical
young
harm.
mind that I was going to hurt him. But anyway,
shit.
out of instinct, he like went like this, like as he's falling, and he like hit me on accident. So I like played the victim hardcore. I was like, like started crying.
Yeah.
Even though it was my fault completely.
You like knew as it was happening.
I pulled it out of him, and then that sounded weird, but I pulled the chair out anyway. It was bad. I felt bad. I'm an asshole.
We used to have these.
I swear I'm nice.
I know. I mean, yeah, as far as I know.
I'm great.
We used to have these in kindergarten. They would give you scholar dollars. And so when you were good, you would get a scholar dollar. And then at the end of the month, everybody would bring in like
I remember something like this.
little toys or stuff that you like didn't want anymore.
And
you would
cool.
you would bid on them. But like I was a bad kid. So like I never had that many scholar dollars. And so
Did
when
you steal some scholar dollars?
I would steal one.
I can't believe
I would steal like one from like a different kid like every other day. And I remember there was something like this really cool comic book that everybody wanted. And I remember I had like a stack of like 200 scholar dollars.
No, you didn't.
I did. And everybody else had like 30 or something. And so like I should have like, you know, bid like normal and just been like, oh, you know, maybe at like 20 somebody would have stopped and I would have won. But I just went 200 and I like bid all 200 scholar dollars and everybody looked at me and it's like everybody, even in kindergarten, they knew like at once that, oh, that's where all the fucking missing scholar dollars went.
The culprit has been
Did you get it?
No, I got in trouble. I just didn't know how to like.
He pulls out the comic book.
I was too excited.
He's just like, I still got it.
I did get the comic book.
You were probably sitting there like,
stole the comic book.
Yeah. I started to be a good kid probably around 12 years old. Like I started to like change and stop being such a dick.
I didn't start being good till sophomore year.
Started to figure yourself out, you know, find your identity.
No, my dad had passed away when I was 10, and I spent about 2 years like feeling sorry for myself. And then after,
which you should.
Yeah, no, I was like I was milking it though. I was milking it. He wasn't ever around. My stepdad was always my stepdad's my real dad. Like he was the one who's been there since I was like 1. But I was like milking it too much and acting out. And then about 12 years old, I was like, being a dick's not really getting me anywhere. So it just felt shitty to keep being shitty. So I started to be like nicer. But
crazy.
I think it's like my brother. I always tell him like, dude, if you keep being so like condescending to people, somebody's just gonna fucking deck you one day, and then you'll learn. You'll learn to never do. Yeah, he's younger, but I think that you either need to get decked once by life for like an actual person when you're really actually being a dick, and then you're like, oh, I need to stop being so shitty. Yeah, a little wake up call.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I don't know if that happened to me before.
There has to be something that like kind of like slapped you in the face.
Definitely.
Most things people don't want to talk about
or not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So let's get on to some music stuff.
Oh really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Personal.
Okay.
I was like, what is he gonna say?
Guys.
So I know that you and Alex were playing in a band, and you were playing in a band. And then you were just in the same spot. They said they needed a bassist or something.
Well, it was like we weren't playing in a band. We started Iress with Brandon, our high school friend, and he was a drummer. We never had a bassist. And then, yeah, he was in another band. We actually happened to play the same show at the Airliner. Yep. I remember running into, like, members of his band in Covina at the Chatterbox. And we were like, come to our show. And they're like, come to our show. Wait, it's the same day? That's so weird. And then Michael ended up dipping out. He stole like a bottle and like didn't watch our set, but like that's where we connected. And then he showed up and played great. And he's been we've been the tripod since. And then Glenn is now with the 4-pod. So
4 peas in a pod.
4 peas in a pod.
Yeah. Iress pod.
So where did you, Michelle, like start playing music?
Me?
Yeah. Michelle?
I used to do open mic nights at the Fred House in downtown Covina.
So you grew up in Covina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then my uncle bought me a Guitar Center when I was 13, and it was blue. I still have it. I let Glenn borrow it because he's trying to learn guitar. Or he already knows it.
What kind of guitar?
It's Mitchell, because I liked it because it said it was almost my name.
Yeah.
And it was blue. It was 13. Whatever. I still have it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then my dad would teach me like 2 chords every week, and I just started writing songs. And then I'd play at the frat house, and then that's my first paying gig. They paid me like $200 or something to open up for this. Like,
what the fuck?
How old were you? The first gig?
My first gig?
Well, that one.
Your first paid gig.
When you got paid $200.
I was for sure like probably 15, 16 maybe.
Wow.
But that's when I was like, this is cool. And then I started,
You're
when
like,
I got
I'm
a
famous
car,
now.
when I got a car, I started driving to like Long Beach and like Hollywood. I played like the Pig and Whistle and the Whiskey and, you know, those places you play. And then,
so what style of music was it at that time?
It was just acoustic.
Acoustic and singing?
Yeah.
Okay, but what was it more? Was it more folky? Was it more poppy? More country? What was it?
Not country at all.
Fuck country.
No, well, my influences at the time were like Carole King and the Carpenters, and
oh yeah.
So it was very singer-songwriter, sad, really sad
I love
music.
that shit. How do you feel about Joni Mitchell?
I like Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, Joni Mitchell. She's
fucking
cool. Great.
Yeah, she's cool.
She cool.
But yeah, and then I met Alex.
Where was that?
We met. It was like kind of weird. We weren't really friends at first, and then when we were like 20, we kind of came together, and she wanted to start a band.
I mean, what do you mean you weren't really friends? Because that's a weird way to put it. Like usually you see somebody around and then you become friends.
Honestly,
but
we met when we were 18, and like she kind of stole my ex-boyfriend.
Okay, yeah, that's how I figured.
But we don't like him anymore. It's like an old story. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I don't think she wants me to like tell everyone, but whatever. Oops. But it made us closer, and like eventually she like,
because you're both like, wow, he sucks.
Yeah, he does. Sorry.
Oh, he knows who he is.
Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Whatever.
I'm gonna find him.
No.
I'm gonna dig back in your Facebook.
You're not gonna find it.
I'll dig back in your MySpace.
Oh shit, you might find it.
Zanga.
So then you guys became friends,
and then we immediately started writing music.
So was she playing in another band?
She had a band called A Crestfallen Rose, and it was like her high school band, and she like, but it wasn't anything like super serious. But she also played like the Whiskey and stuff, and like
cool.
with that band. But no, I don't think she was in a band when we met. She might have been playing with The Needy or Indian Summer. I don't know.
I think Michael showed me Indian Summer.
You did?
I feel like. Or
that would be
so
really
familiar.
Weird.
No,
something
that's a
so
Doors
familiar.
song.
Oh,
that's a Doors song. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
There we go.
Alex actually played guitar in like quite a few
She played in Mind Martian. I don't know
quite a
if
few
you've heard of
projects.
them.
She played it. Yeah, she played in a band with Renee.
Oh yeah.
Renee did tell me that.
Yeah,
Wow, I forgot.
they were in a band
Mind Martian
together.
Collective.
She said it was a really fun time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Renee's still trying to make T-shirts for that.
Yeah, I went to a couple shows when she played, and I mean, it's so crazy to think like when we first started all playing, like those first couple years, we're all like fresh 21, 22-year-olds, like going into bars, playing all these shows,
we were so good.
super about it, and it's just crazy how like that time came, and like now here we are, like it's such a big difference of like
you think so?
I think
you
so,
mean you think
sure.
is like
because,
how
like,
far the bands
if
have
you
come?
really think about
Is that
how
what you
many
mean?
shows we played, how many shows like how much stuff we've been around, how much music we really just wrote, you know,
this is one
so
of the
crazy.
reasons why I wanted to do the podcast is like the more people that I have on the podcast, the more people tell their friends, oh, I just got on a podcast. Oh, you should have my friend's been on the podcast. And just every time I have somebody on, it just gets easier and easier to have people on the podcast. Like I just did 3 in a row, like this weekend.
You've been going hard, man. I've seen you.
But it's nice because like it's been like almost a year, but as that year's unfolded, I've made so many new friends and learned so many people knew each other that I didn't know each other. And I think about like being like 60 and like being like, I've got all these podcasts from all these people, and we've all come so far. Like, you know, some of us are gonna make it, some of us
who
aren't.
knows what's to come of all these.
But it's just so fun because you'll get to hear like, because you guys are obviously gonna make it.
I was just gonna say, I'm just kidding.
Oh
no, dude, I'm just kidding.
Where's the wood?
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I did that. Yeah.
Out of all the bands that I've met and talked to, there's only 2 of them that I thought could actually make it because
Psychic Wave.
Psychic Wave is very, very fun for me, and I really hope so. But no, I think there's a few things that you need, and it's number one, the band has to be tight, obviously, and it has to be interesting music. Number two, the band has to have at least one or two leaders that actually are looking forward to the future. And then three, there's whatever that star thing is. I don't know what the fuck it is, but you know it when you see it. Only two bands out of every band that I've ever seen that's really trying to make it, and it's you guys and Bundy. I think you guys and Bundy are like some of the most solid fucking players I've seen. Seriously.
Thanks.
Bundy's tight.
Yeah, I was so excited when you guys played together because I was like bragging about you guys to Tiff, and I was like, oh yeah, Bundy and Iress, and then she's like, oh yeah, they're playing a show, and I was like, that's what's up.
There you go.
Like,
there you go.
I was excited for that one.
Yeah.
Kid Chocolate Band wants me to set up something at Alex's bar in Long Beach
That'd be cool.
with Bundy, you guys, them. They want to do like a 2-night thing. They want me to start Psychic Wave Fest, which I will totally do because I've wanted to like try to do something bigger just to challenge myself.
Yeah.
So I want to do like 2 nights at Alex's bar and get a bunch of great bands there.
We've been wanting to play Alex's bar for years. Like literally, I don't think we've ever played there.
I have a few.
Maybe in a different band, I can't remember, but
because of Death Club, they got me like some of my first show, and I'm pretty tight with them. They have 2 bands that just agreed to play with them that I think would allow Alex's bar to let us do this, because Alex's bar is kind of big. You need to fill it a little bit.
For sure.
Wild Wing and Plague Vendor. Both of those bands who fucking rock and bring people every single time. Them and the Paranoids. They're working with Death Club and
2
like
out of
Cool.
3.
And so I think if we could get them on the bill, I could do the first Psychic Wave Fest and have you guys come. That'd be super fun. But that's why I love doing this, because as we keep like doing this, we meet more people, and you can tell which people are fucking phony and which people don't really give a shit about it. Like, it's so easy to read people. It's like, it's crazy to me that they don't understand that we can tell they're bullshit. You know what I mean? You ever meet people like that?
Oh, yeah.
They're oblivious.
And I've been pretty lucky to meet people that I'm like, oh, they seem cool. And then I'm like, oh, shit, they are cool.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, you meet cool people that are cool. Like, that's all I've ever wanted. But I think the podcast helps with that because it, like, brings people together and they'll be like, oh, we have a show. And then I've hooked up so many shows for people because they just needed one more person. I'm like, I just talked to somebody yesterday. But it like...
And you've been, not to cut you off, but you've been kind of like staying pretty local too, huh? Like that's like that's where you start. Like that's where you gain your...
Well, it's just easier that way. It's like, because
it's
they
like
have
the start
people.
of your path, and then you kind of go from like around like what? Like I'm assuming Continental Room and...
Continental Room, the Republic, which is also in Fullerton.
The Republic. Yeah, we know
the Prospector in Long Beach.
Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
We know Kyle, the bartender with the beard. And like the Stephen piercing.
At the Republic?
At the Republic in Fullerton.
I only went there once to see Stormhouse and Bull Rider.
Okay.
And there was a girl working.
Yeah, I think he actually
he helped start it.
Helped like start that up because
they have
one in
It's actually a cool place.
We went and saw Bundy.
So
Bundy
we
played
used to
there.
go there. Yeah.
You saw Bundy there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, it's, from the outside I was like, this place looks like trash. And then I go inside and I'm like, I like this place.
Yeah.
It
started in Covina. There's one in Covina.
Oh, really?
And then they made another one in Fullerton, and then our friend Kyle moved to that one. I think he still works in the one.
Because he's from Covina too.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all connected.
That's what I mean, man.
Covina.
It's real.
C connected. Hey.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's some shit right there.
Yeah.
Insert Michelle gift. That's that new Michelle's.
All right. What are
On
you
that
going to
note,
say?
let's take a break.
Okay, break
And then we'll
time.
come back.
Okay.
Cool.
We're going to do some
yoga. He needs
yoga.
a break because we fucking are boring.
I need to piss and drink more beer.
Open it?
Now you gotta hold the hole.
I'm not really good at opening beer. I don't have any nails.
You hold the hole.
I got
You flip it upside down.
I know.
That doesn't look like it's going to stand straight up, does it? All right.
It's a little curved.
We'll do
So
this.
I open it? Oh, no,
Yep.
you okay?
Damn, that was weird.
No, it broke. No.
Oh, shit. That's a bummer. Well, we are back from what seems like a 1 second break for anybody listening or watching to this, but it's been about 2 hours. I had the bright idea to shotgun beers, which isn't a bad idea.
It's not bad.
It's really not a bad idea. But then I had the bright idea to record it with the GoPro that we were recording the podcast with. So then we went out into the garage so that we wouldn't really make a mess inside with all the wood, because some beer always spills when you do a shotgun. And I put the GoPro on
a frame.
The
jankiest frame.
It wasn't that janky.
It was pretty janky.
Like, I understand what he was doing.
You know how janky it was? I held up the frame with a leftover piece of plywood
on the floor.
And as soon as I look away and we're about to shotgun these beers, the whole thing just falls forward.
You know what happened, man? I've said this over and over again. This is one of my punchlines.
Oh, God.
But
you're not supposed to start the punchline
this was a victim of gravity, my friends.
You know, there was some wind that picked up that may be a little sketchy of it.
That's part of it. That's
and
physics.
The janky
That's
frame.
the physics of it.
And the janky frame.
That's the physics of it. So all of this combined.
Basically,
gravity,
I had a bad
Pretty
idea.
much it was our fault.
Brought it down to the
I had a bad
ground.
idea.
Brought it down to the ground.
And it hit me in the arm.
But you were
and
like,
you know what?
I thought I'd be
how's
more.
your arm?
I thought I'd be more bruised.
This guy almost fucking fractured his.
I thought maybe like I had gone into shock because I looked down and all of a sudden my arm hurts and I'm like, my arm might be broken, but I'm gonna try to be cool about it because I've got two people over here.
This wooden frame
and
is crushing.
It just fell. It didn't do anything like major. But you know, if you have your arm at the right angle,
all the weight took it at once. Yeah, you
could really snap it.
Yeah.
I can't really move my pinky anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
My pinky's turning black. It's dead.
So let's get to something that really, really excites me.
Okay.
Michelle's head has gone so dirty in the past 2 hours.
No.
It's always there. I just don't bring it out.
First of all, thank you both for coming on. Second of all, I'm gonna need royalties for that song that you guys use. No, I would never ever do that to you guys. But
what song? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I played a song for you guys during the break that every time I play it, I'm like, Iress should play this. Like I can't like tap into it myself. There's like a vibe I can get into.
I mean, you wrote it.
I know, but every time I get to this one part, I'm like, I can't go any farther, and I just nothing. I've tried it 1,000 different times, and it's because I'm not you guys. And you guys, like, when I hear that song, that dun, 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 I'm like, that's so Iress. And I usually do it with like an echo and a little bit of reverb on it, so it kind of like echoes off with the beat. But Michael and I played it after a show that you did at the Constellation Room with a band from New York. They didn't have the drummer. You guys remember that? They didn't have a drummer. It was a girl bassist. Yeah, it was a girl bassist. No, a girl bassist and a guy guitarist, but no drummer. They had a drum track, but they were from New York, and something like had happened to them.
The only person I could think of is when Manny played keys for someone. No.
What was the last show you guys had at the Constellation Room? Because that was the last one.
It was with Bundy.
With Bundy? I'm pretty sure.
No, you're thinking of Continental.
Coyotes? Oh, Constellation.
Oh.
I'm saying Constellation. I might have fucked it up.
No.
Constellation. Yeah, the
it's
two guys.
because we're shotgun beers. We're just all fucked up.
A guy and a girl.
Constellation, those two guys.
My
what
bad,
was that?
my bad.
No, guy and a girl.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, guy and a girl. Sorry.
Oh, guys
duo.
as in...
It was a duo.
I know who you're talking about. They usually have a drummer, actually.
Yeah, they were kind of doomy.
But they were awesome.
Real heavy.
That was the last time we
some
played.
metal almost in there, too.
I forgot the name.
They were really good.
Man, we
She had
suck.
cool hair.
100 apologies to them because they were so nice.
By the way, we have been drinking a lot.
What do you mean?
We have for trying to. We've been drinking a lot for something that we're gonna post online to the public.
Like, are you embarrassed?
Always, always, but I love it. Where do we even go
We're
from here?
sober, so we're recording a new album right now.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we are. We didn't tell you.
because you just showed me that. Oh man, that acoustic song you showed me is so great. Please say it's gonna be on there.
Stop,
it's not.
Michael. What are you doing? He's acting like it's a secret. It's not. It's not a secret.
So you guys are recording a new album.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about the album, if anything?
It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be heavy, and
that's Iress, motherfucker. Like, we need more. Give us.
There's gonna be a couple of songs without drums. That's more intimate.
Are you doing synth or acoustic?
Acoustic.
Okay, because when people say without drums, I'm like, they're either gonna go like a synth key around.
No.
Have you guys ever thought about adding synth?
I remember.
I feel like, well, you like...
Okay. We've tried adding piano.
We've not tried adding piano.
During next year, we tried piano, and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It's because someone else was playing it. I think if I took the initiative... I love piano so much.
Of course.
And Alex one time was like, I wouldn't mind if you did
piano. I love piano.
But I just don't know if I want to do that.
What was Alex saying about the piano?
I asked her once if I played keys, like how she felt when she was like super down, and I was really shocked.
Oh, okay.
That was like a couple of years ago.
I think that you guys would do really well with Okay, so here's how I feel. You guys are really dark and gloomy and heavy, and I've always loved that about Iress. And I think what you guys maybe you haven't thought of this before, but Iress needs a ballad.
Hell yeah, dude.
Can you imagine an
80s
Iress
power ballad?
Don't have it be 80s, have it be today and a today's version of a ballad.
What about Breather? No?
Breather rises in the way that a ballad would.
You know what I mean?
But
definitely. Because it's like super soft in the game.
No, but fuck, I don't know.
But they're
fuck.
Yeah.
People that are only listening to this. Shit.
Sorry, I talk quiet.
Shit. Oh, are you having sex with Michael and Andrew at the same time?
Oh my god, don't embarrass me.
No, not you. I didn't mean you. Oh, wow. I was thinking of the listener, but Michelle reveals herself.
Oh my god, I'm so glad we're not recording on camera.
We are recording right now.
Not on camera. Like,
yeah,
no one can see that I'm blushing.
Oh, okay. That's not what we meant. But that's
and gentlemen.
That's a very sweet compliment, Michelle.
But keep talking. Don't ignore me.
Chocolate starfish in the hot dog flavored water. Shout out to
the string cheese incident.
Shout out to Limp Bizkit.
So I would just like to apologize to anybody still listening because
seriously, you guys are great.
You guys are great. We are having an amazing and fun time. But I can't imagine what this is going to sound like.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's great.
No. Oh, guys. I love you, Kid Chocolate Band. And Ozzy, you need to hit me up about the stuff that I talked to you about. So if you're listening, don't feel mad. Ozzy. But those guys got fucking hammered.
Oh,
like,
shit. I feel like we're not hammered.
You guys aren't hammered.
No.
This was like me at the first.
We're good. We just like the camera broke. So now it's like.
Yeah. I got to this point, as drunk as I am, in the first 30-25 minutes of the chocolate.
Oh, man.
The Kid Chocolate Band podcast.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
And we had so much fun, but there was no serious talk about it. And that's why I love the Psychic Wave podcast. Is it doesn't matter.
It's
fun.
Free. Very free.
I'll tell you guys, because I can actually look up the analytics of everything after I post a podcast. I'll tell you guys how many listeners we have per podcast. But it's funny to me. It's funny. And it's way more than we have on YouTube. Because I think that people don't watch podcasts on YouTube as much as like people listen to podcasts. Because when you watch a podcast on YouTube, you can't close your phone.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
You have to like actually watch it. So if you're gonna like, you can't like clean or like do your work or something like that without having the video open.
For sure.
So I get a lot more listeners than I actually get viewers.
Makes sense.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's really good, but you know what's funny is that somebody recognized me from the Psychic Wave podcast when I was at the Republic.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like,
don't you feel like super cool when that happens?
I did,
I
but
love when that happens.
I did, but I felt especially cool because I like didn't understand it at first. Like, you know when like somebody says Michelle? And you're like, what? And they're like, we went to high school together. And you're like, Oh yeah.
It takes a couple minutes.
Like I totally remember. So I thought
That was really good.
I thought that this was happening, and so the guy's like, Drew, and I'm like,
He calls you Drew.
he called me Drew, which is like what friends call me, and I'm like, yeah, and I like go to just immediately shake his hand. I'm
I
like,
do
what's
that.
up? And he goes, from the Psychic Wave podcast. I was both happy and offended. Happy because he recognized me from the podcast. Offended because it wasn't because of my music. He was like, from the Psychic Wave podcast. But if somebody goes up to me, nobody yet has ever gone up to me and been like, are you Drew from Psychic Wave? Nobody.
You're still fresh on the
I know.
scene,
I'm
though.
fresh on but so he said pot. So I was both happy and offended, but it was like not really offended. Gerson the person, if you're listening to this, I'm not. His name's Gerson.
That's such a sick name.
G-Son. That's
G-Son.
Oh, there's no camera. I'm looking over here to the left. I'm all looking over here to the left.
There's no camera.
But it was weird, man. And to kind of tie this thing back into you guys, I went to go see Sunflower Bean, who like wasn't really popping yet. Like they were doing a big tour, but their first US
I'm not
tour.
gonna lie, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But they were, Alex was like, oh yeah, they're so good. Like I've heard of them.
I'm so in love. Julia, we've met a few times and we've talked a few
She's so
times.
pretty.
They were nice.
And we
And
both
talented.
saw Iggy Pop side stage. You remember? But no, she's just so much out of my league. But I love you so much, and so I love their music. All of the members, not just her. Like
I know they're all really
They were
nice.
good.
all of the members, and I'm like, oh my god, we gotta go. I show up, and we show up early because I love showing up early. I like seeing things get put together and the way things work. And then you guys start to play. We get ourselves towards like the middle, kind of by the like where the sound stage would be mixed because that's where the best sound is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look up, and I'm like, wait, what? Wait. Is this opener actually good? And lo and behold, I'm like, wow, this band's so good. And then we locked eyes, which we probably didn't, but I'm imagining it. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh god, this is
Talking to
good.
me, right?
Oh, good. No, I didn't look at your eyes. I was just looking at your dick the whole time.
It was
That's
out.
what everyone says.
It wasn't out.
Just kidding. Sorry.
It was my fingers. You must stick it back.
You guys want me to be Michael for a second?
Okay.
Oh, God,
You ready?
Here we go.
Oh my god.
So basically,
Andrew just took his dick out. Just kidding. You didn't. I'm just kidding.
don't say that, and then
I'm
we
so
all laugh.
sorry.
Dude, that's
You're like, Drew took his dick out, and
They
then
were
we all laughed.
laughing.
No, he did a really good impression of
They're
me on
laughing
stage.
because that's not
That's,
really happening.
I mean, come on. That's
I know, but it's so
That's
sweet. I see him do it every
good.
time.
That's what I do. That's my thing.
I didn't even know that you did that.
I'm not trying to be weird.
Nobody even knows what we're talking about.
I'm trying to explain. Like,
Oh, it's only audio.
when I'm done with when I'm done with a
Okay.
song,
Praying mantis.
when like I'm appreciative
I think
of
Monk.
something, I kind
Oh,
of it's you have your hands in the praying motion, kind of set up and you kind of bow a little.
Yeah,
What-
but you mean it, which is so.
I mean,
sweet.
100% of it. Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Like, give you a thumbs? Give you
No,
the
I
crowd
know.
a thumbs up?
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I know, but that's why it's so sweet.
I'll throw up the horns. You know,
Because when he does that, he like
it's just like a
he's-
respect. Like, thank
he's
you.
like, really thank you, but it's so funny because I've seen you do it so many times, and I know you mean it every time.
Every time.
You do?
Hell yeah.
I didn't even know.
But it's so
Is that
cute.
bad?
No, it's cute because he like it's cute. It totally is cute
I'm a cute motherfucker.
because he's serious. Like you can tell he's digging it all. And then just the second time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's funny. And then the third time I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna use this against him during a podcast.
Yeah.
That's how I say thank you.
Should I send your message?
What? Whoa.
Oh, I clapped. I'm sorry.
Euclid St. Fullerton, California.
California.
Dude, my phone's on the fritz right now.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
She's my only fan. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, that was great.
This is fucking hilarious.
I'm sorry I clapped. Did that hurt your ears?
No, it didn't. Michael, how different? There's no camera there and he keeps looking. How different is this from being on the couch?
You know what, man? I don't think it's very different. I think it's just newer.
Some time has passed.
It's newer. It's maybe a little fresh.
You hit me.
Freshly picked, but I like.
What are you talking about? Fruit?
Yeah, it kind of like a fruit. It's freshly picked, where it's like ripe. Like you're on a roll right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
I am.
Right.
I was like,
You're on a roll right now. We're having fun, and this is good. It's great. It's not much different from the first because I'm having just as much fun. Like I'm just as comfortable. Like this is how you get it out of people. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to
Make
expose you guys.
No, we're not like, oh, here's my deepest, darkest secret. It's
We
just
know
like,
what you're doing.
what do you talk about besides like, here's where you can find our music? Like, yeah, like we want to put that out there. We want to put that out there, but it's also like,
do you remember that conversation that we had during the middle of our first podcast that we did, where we were talking about our grandpas and like kind of trippy stuff that was happening?
Weird shit.
Yeah, weird shit.
BTS life, dude.
BTS?
Back, hashtag BTS, TBT, BTS, BTS.
Wait, that's what we said.
Weird ass shit, yeah.
BTS to you,
back.
Michelle's bored.
If
Michelle's bored, that means listeners
I'm not bored.
are
I'm listening. I'm trying to understand.
This is the thing. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
It's
complicated.
I didn't mean to show bored on my face.
Do you dye your hair? Is that your natural hair color?
Actually, I've been letting it grow. It's natural.
Wow.
But it used to be like
You've got great hair.
Thank you. Wow.
Michelle used to have really blonde hair.
Every white girl's been a blonde once.
My mom, she's kind of, she's never going to listen to this, so it doesn't matter.
What are you trying to say?
She's not hip. I don't know.
Oh, okay, cool. Good save.
You're good. I didn't mean it like that. I really meant it because my mom, I don't even think she would know what a podcast is, but...
Those things you put in your laundry?
Yeah. I don't even remember what I was going to say. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Hair.
Yeah. I said you had really great hair.
That was really nice of you to say because when I was growing up, my mom would let me cut it, but she would put sunning in my hair all the time. So it's like sunning. You spray it, right? And it makes, when you go in the sun, it makes your hair brighter. So that was my introduction of being super blonde. And then it just kept going from there. And then my hair got really short and fried. And I decided not to dye my hair ever again or blow dry it or anything.
Have you ever done acid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Can I be super weird?
What are you going to say right now?
No. From just what you told me, I'm like, she's totally done acid.
That's an acid trip.
That's no, just the fact that you, as a little kid, you put sunning in your hair and you wanted your hair to change when you go into the sun. And then you were talking about your hair and how it got short and fried. And I was like, this sounds like a...
Acid trip?
Yeah, like I would dream something like this in like an acid trip.
Man, if I could tell you what I dreamt last night, it was like so intense. But yes, I've done acid. It's great.
I get too analytical about it and I stress myself out too much. The thing is, every time I do acid, the universe actually fully like opens up to me and it like tells me all these things that I've known to be true that I knew I was avoiding. And it's just too much.
I kind of want to like quit. I kind of want to eventually quit drinking and like just experiment with like psychedelics.
You want to do like microdosing?
I've heard of that.
I really want to microdose.
I don't even know what that is.
Microdose is like you get a shot glass of vodka and you put one tab. No, really. And you put one tab into the shot glass of vodka.
Of acid?
So it's a shot glass filled...
No, I know.
Yeah, but you put one tab of acid into that shot glass filled with vodka. And what you do is you let it sit for like a day or two and you mix it a little bit. And then after that, you keep that shot glass and you get like one of those little like eardropper things. Mm-hmm. And you mix it up, take one drop and put it on your tongue. And the vodka volume that is in there splits the one tab equally between all of those like thousands of drops. Mm-hmm. So when you take one drop, you're doing literally one tiny segment of the actual acid in there. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're tripping, really.
I've heard it like a weight, like...
Damn, I want to do that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds really fun.
I heard it really just like stimulates you and like kind of opens a lot of doors and makes things like fresh. And
it changes your brain structure a little bit.
Yeah.
Last time I did acid was at Desert Days.
When did you go?
It wasn't last year.
Oh, I went last year for the first time. I loved it.
Oh man, last year I have the poster in my room. I really wanted to go, just like timing. I think we went on tour.
Do you guys know Black Moth Super Rainbow?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Twin? I did Ecstasy for the first time watching them at Desert Days, like for the first time in years, and it just.
Did you die? Are you okay?
I was reborn.
Yeah, you did. You were reborn.
I gotta tell you a story about this after.
I did eat with you, right?
I like that look he just gave you, like, you don't remember?
No,
I think he was surprised.
No, I've never done ecstasy.
Molly.
I've never done ecstasy.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
What? This is something to be sorry about. I've never done
It's that other...
I didn't mean to ask. I don't know.
I really haven't.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
That other sexy guy that, you know...
Other sexy guy?
No!
I like how you're feeling your titties
guys.
right now.
Yeah, I'm grabbing
No,
myself.
not Michelle. It's Michael.
It's always about Michael.
Dude, can I be real for you for a second? Like, this whole past 2 weeks after I did my half marathon, this nipple has been so itchy and dry.
Oh, that chafing,
and
dude.
I think this titty is a little bigger than
Are you
this
okay?
titty.
That's normal.
I'm good.
How
Yeah, I know.
long-
The
how
one
long
over
is
your
that?
heart's usually a little bit bigger, right?
Makes sense, yeah. My left one's bigger than my right one.
Yeah. I noticed.
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But that's the one that I know that.
He didn't know. There's no way.
Dude, it's just.
Cut. I'm just kidding.
Technical difficulties.
That's a joke. That's a joke that I do all the time.
Sure it is.
Because
Sure.
you actually do. Most people do have a bigger left breast than a right breast because your heart is centered over more of that section. I swear to God.
I'm listening.
I apologize in advance to everybody, but I have to agree because my left ball is bigger than my right.
Oh, shit.
Mine is too, and it goes lower.
I'm sorry.
It goes lower.
Why are you sorry?
Because
I've got ugly balls.
No, not everyone
You don't
wants to hear about
Nobody
balls.
wants to hear. Or,
Yeah, nobody wants ball talk.
ball talk.
This is the Lakers, man. Kobe
Great.
Bryant.
I hate
Shaquille O'Neal.
all of that. Is there Coke in there?
Welcome to
What?
this
Is that a
space.
Coke ring?
Yeah.
It opens? Does it actually?
Def. Yeah, I'm opening it right now. Do you want to do
No,
it?
Oh, I just hit the mic. That's gonna be bad.
No,
It's
it's
like,
my
oh, I have a Coke ring.
it's my
I
class.
don't do Coke then.
It's my class ring. The initials inside are my initials. Doesn't it sound like a drug? MSDM.
Yeah, MDMA.
Well, but that's not my initials. MSDM.
Whoa. Wait.
Are you okay?
What's your? So do you have a Catholic or a Christian name then? Is that the D?
I was raised Christian, but I don't think I have a Christian name. It's
Because when you have usually 4 initials, mostly the third one's usually your Catholic or Christian name.
oh no.
That's the only reason.
My
I asked.
dad picked Don because it rhymes with John, which is his middle name.
Okay.
And then my mom liked Cherie because it was French, so they named me Michelle Cherie Don Malley.
Oh, Mel.
So you're Irish.
I'm Irish
Obviously.
and Polish.
Let me go, Mally.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wish.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Oh shit! Michael's dancing.
But
Yeah,
your first 3 initials sound so French.
Michelle Cherie Don. Michelle.
That
is
sounds
French.
like French. Like no, I know Michelle is, but say your first 3 initials into the mic as if you're talking to somebody after drinking a glass of wine and smoking a cigarette.
Michelle Cherie Don.
That sounds French, right? Michelle Cherie Don.
Michelle Cherie.
Michelle Cherie.
Michelle
Don.
Cherie. That's
Well,
the
you're
part.
thinking
Yeah.
of the Stevie Wonder.
That's what
song.
my mom wants my stage
You're
name
thinking
to
of
be.
My
the
Cherie
Stevie-
Amour.
My
Cherie
Cherie Amour. Pretty little thing that I adore. Ooh,
I
I
don't
love
know
me some
the
Stevie.
words, but I
Hey.
I saw him at NAMM,
No,
but
you
he
didn't.
didn't see
At
me.
NAMM? Oh,
We were at
this
NAMM.
guy.
I was
What
at
a
NAMM.
jokester.
No, 2 years ago.
Perfect.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
I said I saw him at NAMM, but he didn't see me. he was doing the little like.
Hey, if you
keyboard
woke up
stuff.
tomorrow and you lost one of these, which would be harder for you?
Okay.
Your sight
Mhm.
or your hearing?
My hearing. That would be harder for sure.
So
because
you would just live without vision.
Yeah, I love vision, but being in darkness always feels like a dream to me. And I wouldn't be able to have music if I didn't have my hearing, and I wouldn't be able to hear the voice of the person that I love if I didn't have hearing. And I have this little brother, and he always laughs, and if I didn't get to hear that, it would make me super depressed. But you know what? Like, if you closed your eyes and you had somebody hug you, and you didn't know who was hugging you, but you knew who they were from your personal life, out of their smell, out of the feel of their shirt, out of the feel of their body, out of the sound of their little like breathing that they would have, you would know who it was.
For sure.
But if you don't have hearing, so imagine like putting on a Led Zeppelin record. You're watching yourself put it on the record player, and the needle hits.
And you can't hear anything.
Imagine looking at somebody and they say, "I love you." And you're like, "What?" And they're like, "I want to suck your dick." And you're like, "Gay?" Like,
Monday?
no. I love art. I love art.
I mean, I would expect you to pick that answer. I just like to ask people.
What would you pick the same thing?
I can't. Yeah, I can't not hear.
I can't not hear either.
But not seeing scares the shit out of me.
I literally had nightmares.
Like not being able to see.
Not being able to hear.
Have you ever been? I mean, you've done acid, and I'm assuming you've done edibles.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been so high where when you close your eyes, you actually see shit?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that if you didn't have vision, your imagination would still allow you to see. I think that people that are blind from the day they're born actually do see things, but it's shapes and amalgam.
That's so interesting.
You know
Imagine what they dream about.
Yeah, when you close your eyes and you see like
you
see like specks and stars. And
if you can imagine something in your mind
things.
and you can see it in your mind, then you're not blind.
Yeah.
Imagine what Stevie Wonder actually thinks his wife looks like. He must think she's so beautiful.
Can I talk to you about Stevie Wonder for a second?
Yeah.
So I have this coworker. Her name's Alex, and not my guitarist Alex, my other coworker. And she has a roommate, and she just told me recently, her roommate, she showed me a picture. She's this beautiful woman, probably 25, maybe a little younger, maybe a little older. I don't know.
I'm good. Yeah.
And she has been dating Stevie Wonder's like manager or like producer or something. And so she has literally, do you think they're going to listen to this? Is this bad?
Stevie Wonder and his manager? Are you being a dick?
No! Anyway, basically,
I mean, maybe your coworker might.
She has found her sugar daddy, and he has literally bought her a Lexus, pays her rent. She quit her job.
I want a sugar
He
mama.
told
I really
her,
do.
this is the recent story I have. He told her to cancel her membership at the gym. And he's like, because I have a gym like where I live, you know? And she was
in, baby.
And she was like,
yeah.
No, I really like the sauna at my gym. Like, I don't want to.
He built her a sauna.
He bought her a sauna.
Dude,
yeah.
I would suck this guy's dick.
Oh my god. My coworker thinks it's gonna be all bad.
Can I just say something for any moderately attractive rich women that are listening? I do a lot. Is what I'm saying.
I do a lot.
If I don't care about your age, if you could,
he's applying.
There's a guitar I want. And there's, I want to get some connections in the music industry and all that. But like, pussy ain't got a face. Just hit me up.
Oh shit! He's putting it out there.
I'm just kidding. I really will not. But if you are a hot mom that's mad at your husband and you come to my show. I mean, I'll let you live out.
I'll be here. So.
I'll live out a fantasy.
Sure, let's get it. You ever smoke hookah?
What?
That's illegal in some states.
No, it's not.
It's not. All right, guys, we're pretty done.
Okay.
Have you guys had a good time?
I mean, it was alright.
Do you know any moms?
Me?
Yeah. right?
I know.
I mean, they don't gotta be a mom, but they gotta be at least over 40 and like at least get $200K a year.
I'll get back to you.
Maybe.
I just want somebody that's not afraid of balls.
Oh shit!
I'm just kidding.
Most people are not.
Okay, no, serious note. If you've listened this far, fucking thank you.
Yes.
You must either be
Once
in
again,
the band Iress or in
yeah.
the band Psychic Wave.
I don't even think our band's gonna listen.
I know. No, I know.
Once
It
again-
happens.
'Cause
My
it's
band,
us.
everybody else
Yeah.
in my band doesn't listen to these.
I'm
but-
gonna listen. I'm excited.
Iress, give us next shows, merch stuff, whatever you need to let us know. Promote some shit right now. After these gang of motorcycle assholes roll by.
So we decided not to book any shows right now because we're in the studio. But I will confirm. Third record.
Full length.
Full length. But I will say, I don't even know if Michael knows about this because I just found out.
Whoa, you're pregnant?
No, absolutely not
I'm
pregnant.
kidding. Tube side, what you got?
That's
I'm
fine.
just kidding.
We did confirm that we are going to be playing it in April because there's a residency at the Echoplex that we're invited to.
Oh no,
Okay.
you guys have a residency at the Echoplex?
We do not have a residency, but we're
What?
invited for someone else's residency.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so we will be playing it in April in
Very
Los
cool.
Angeles.
Tight.
And you know
So
I'll be
look out
there.
for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're just writing right now.
We're writing a new record.
You know what's
lot.
funny? Every time I get depressed, like, I usually see a show of yours, like, the next day.
Perfect.
Makes sense.
You just make you more sad.
It makes me feel good.
Good. Makes me feel good.
He's
when
a
we
sad man.
Were you trying to do a Bowie? Like, okay.
play. That was good.
Starman, sad man.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry.
Well,
I've loved
my
you.
name's Mike. 3 of my favorite things are pizza, wings, and root beer.
I'm surprised.
Minus
my
the root.
My birthday's coming up. So is Michelle's.
No, it's not. Really?
Yeah.
So
both
it's
of
like
us.
a
Oh.
hell of a lot of people.
You better invite me, bitch.
Oh my gosh, you should come. We're going
Yeah.
to Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree.
I have,
March-
I have a pass. I go
March
all the time.
9th.
You have a
10th
pass
and
to
11th.
Joshua Tree.
I do. I don't have
Like
to pay.
a-
He also has a movie pass that
Like
he
a
gave
Six
me.
Flags pass. That's what I'm saying.
You guys are sweet. You got? I got a house.
In Joshua Tree. That's awesome.
You guys think I'm kidding?
We
I
are
have a
going
house.
camping March
Okay.
9th, 10th, 11th if you all want to
How's
go.
that?
No, don't.
How's
Just
this?
kidding.
I have a house that you can stay at in Joshua Tree.
Perfect.
No, but camp. I want to see you guys there, though.
You should come through. It's our
Yeah.
birthday.
We're going to
Do
be
you guys share the same birthday?
29.
2 days apart.
Alex is 2 weeks before.
And so is Glenn's.
Glenn's
This
is
like
a
4
month
weeks.
before.
Glenn had his already.
Yeah.
Right?
Glenn's February
He's the
2nd.
first
And
to
then
start.
Alex is February 26th. Michael's March 8th. I'm March 10th. And that's all we have for you today. I'm just kidding.
Well,
it just felt like that was
I just
what
want to
should
say that I've loved you guys since you were IRIS. Not that that's
Thanks.
too long ago, but I still have your sticker, your CD, everything we've got from you guys, your little business card thing that you
Oh,
get.
yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
I've got it. I have it hung up. And I really love your band. I've said it before, and I'll say it again 1,000 times. There's only 2 bands that I've known that can actually make it, and it's you guys and Bundy. And I saw you guys. Let me really let this sink in, okay? I saw you guys, didn't know who you were, open up for my favorite band. I went to go see my favorite band, and then a band before them made me go, excuse me, why are you good? Like, why are you this good? Anyway, Iress,
Really nice.
keep a lookout.
Thanks, man.
I will always support you guys. You guys are great. And I guess we'll do some of my stuff. PsychicWave.com, thepsychicwave.com. Buy some shirts so that I can pay my baby mamas.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got this court case. This girl slapped my butt, and it was really, like, I feel really violated.
Fuck.
And I just need to get help for a lawyer because he doesn't understand that there's actually, like, female against male racism. I'm totally
Yeah.
kidding.
Fuck, that was like...
No.
Jumped.
I was like, this is happening.
I'm kidding. Everybody be nice to each other, but also buy my t-shirts. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. I love you guys very much. Thank you for coming.
Don't whistle. He said don't whistle the last thing.
Don't whistle. Are you ready? On 3, whistle.
I clapped earlier.
One.
I can't
Wait.
whistle. I don't know how.
Try your best, and if we harmonize, it's gonna be. Were you breathing in?
Yeah.
That's interesting. You're supposed to breathe out.
I don't know how to do it that way.
Breathe in. All right. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. 1, 2, 3.